Simplifying exponents gives us a really nice pattern here that I hope you found. You should have been able to get 16, 8, 4, and 2, probably with no problems. And I'm guessing right about here you said, okay, I'm not sure. So let's see. We can see that as we subtract 1 from the exponents, over here, what's the pattern? Well, I hope you thought we're dividing by 2. And the fact that 2 is also the base of our exponent, well, that's just not a coincidence, okay? There is a pattern here. So watch, if we follow the pattern, we would need to do 2 divided by 2, which is how we learned that anything to the 0 power is 1. So I'd like you to write that in your notes. Anything to the 0 power is actually 1. Even though you're probably thinking in your head, oh, I bet it's 0. It is not. It's always going to be 1. So highlight that, star it. You're going to prove that with the table where you took 10 to the power of x, right? You're going to get the same thing. So now, okay, a negative exponent, huh? Like what the heck is that? Well, let's follow our pattern. Well, what's 1 divided by 2? Well, it's a half. What is 1/2 divided by 2? Or you can think of it like multiplying it by a half. Just remember 1/2 divided by 2. We just multiply by the reciprocal. Remember your multiplication of fraction rules. And again, multiply by a half and multiply by a half. We've got this pattern here. Now, more useful than that pattern though, when you get something like 3 to the negative 3rd power, I know for a fact you're not going to want to stop and make this huge table every single time. You should notice some patterns within the table or within these solutions that can help you do these pretty quickly. Take a look at 2/3. 2 to the 3rd. I got 8, right? 2 to the negative 3rd is 1/8. 2 squared is 4. 2 to the negative squared is 1/4. 2 to the negative 1st is a half. 2 to the 1st is 2. What do you notice? I hope you thought, oh, look, it's just the reciprocal. The negative is just squaring or cubing or whatever it is, just simplifying it like normal, but then it's flipped. It's to its reciprocal. So if I wanted to do this one pretty quickly, I could just think, all right, what's 3 times 3 times 3? It's 27, right? But I know that because it's negative, I actually am going to get 1/27. So I'm going to get a fraction response. So that's it. When you have a negative exponent, you can just do it like normal, and then you can flip it. So I'd like you to have this in your notes. Negative exponents. Just do the exponent and flip it. 2 to the negative 4th. Sometimes it's nice to just pick easy numbers. You could do any numbers in the world, but I'm trying to do it in my head. This just means that I'm going to take 2 times itself 4 times. Right? Simplify it. So now I've got 16, but since this is negative, my answer is going to be 1/16. 2 to the 4th is 16. 2 to the negative 4th is 1/16. And there you go. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the negative power, you're going to just kind of do it like normal, and then you're going to flip it or make it use its reciprocal.